Have you ever wondered how an only child upbringing may shape a man's personality and behavior? Let's delve into the fascinating world of only child syndrome and its implications for men. Being an only child can often lead to certain unique behavioral traits. One of the most prominent of these traits is a heightened sense of independence. Without siblings to lean on, only children often learn to rely on themselves from an early age. This independence, though generally a positive attribute, can sometimes morph into a self-focused perspective. Without the need to share resources or parental attention, only children might also struggle with sharing in other aspects of life. This can lead to difficulties in their interpersonal relationships, as they may find the concept of compromise challenging. By recognizing these traits, we can better understand and navigate relationships with men who grew up as an only child. Understanding these traits can help us navigate relationships with men who grew up as the only child. Could being an only child contribute to narcissistic tendencies in men? It's a question that's worth exploring. Picture this: a single child, the sole focus of parental attention, perhaps leading to the development of a heightened sense of self-importance. The lack of sibling interactions may deprive the child of early experiences in sharing, compromising, and empathizing with others. This could potentially pave the way for a sense of entitlement, a key trait of narcissism. Consider the possibility of parents overindulging their only child, further inflating the child's sense of self-worth. Even well-meaning parents can unwittingly foster narcissistic tendencies by constantly fulfilling their child's desires, and in doing so, may create a belief in the child that the world revolves around them. However, it's crucial to remember that these are merely tendencies, not certainties. Everyone's upbringing and personality are unique, and many only children grow up to be empathetic, well-adjusted individuals. Recognize that these are tendencies, not certainties, as everyone's upbringing and personality differ. How does only child syndrome manifest in interpersonal relationships, especially romantic ones? Well, let's take a closer look. Men with only child syndrome may have a unique approach to relationships. They could exhibit traits such as difficulty compromising, as they might be accustomed to having their own way. This could lead to friction in relationships, especially when decisions need to be made jointly. Furthermore, their tendency to dominate conversations could be another challenge. Growing up without siblings, they might be used to being the center of attention, which could translate into them taking up more space in conversations. This could make their partners feel unheard or marginalized. However, it's important to remember that these are potential tendencies, not certainties. Everyone is unique, and not every only child will exhibit these traits. But being aware of these potential impacts can help us better understand and navigate relationships with men who grew up as only children. Awareness of these potential impacts can help us navigate relationships more effectively. What communication difficulties might stem from an only child upbringing? Let's delve into this. One potential challenge could be a struggle to understand others' perspectives. Being the sole focus of attention at home, an only child could develop a worldview where their opinions and feelings hold the most weight. This might make it harder for them to empathize with others or see things from different angles. Another potential obstacle is a tendency to monopolize conversations. Accustomed to having the undivided attention of their parents, only children may dominate dialogues, often unintentionally, which can lead to others feeling unheard or undervalued. These communication patterns are not set in stone, though. They can be unlearned, and new, healthier communication habits can be developed. Understanding these tendencies is the first step towards fostering better communication. Improving communication with individuals who have these tendencies can enhance relationship quality. Why might only children, especially narcissistic men, seek attention and validation in relationships? This question brings us to the heart of attention-seeking behavior. It's not uncommon for only children to grow up being the sole focus of their parents' attention. This dynamic can create a deep-seated need for constant validation and attention. Imagine being the star of your own show with an audience of two, your parents. Every achievement, every stumble, every laugh and tear, all under the spotlight. This unshared attention can often lead to a pattern where the only child, especially a narcissistic man, continually seeks validation in his relationships. This behavior may manifest in various ways, from constantly steering conversations to their own achievements, to an inability to share the limelight. It's as if they're continually performing, seeking applause and validation for their role. Understanding these behaviors can help us respond effectively. It's not about feeding into the attention-seeking, but about understanding where it's coming from and navigating the relationship with empathy and assertiveness. How can women establish and maintain healthy boundaries with a narcissistic partner with only child syndrome? This question is pivotal for those navigating such a relationship. When dealing with a partner who shows narcissistic tendencies and has the behavioral traits of an only child, it's crucial to express your needs clearly. Communication is key. Start by stating your feelings, what you need, and how their actions affect you. Be sure to use I statements to avoid making them feel attacked. For instance, say, "I feel hurt when," instead of, "you always." Next, consistency is your friend. Once you've set a boundary, stick to it. Don't let them manipulate or guilt you into crossing it. This sets a precedent that your boundaries are non-negotiable. And finally, prioritize self-care. You have the right to protect your emotional well-being. Don't forget that your needs matter too. Establishing boundaries is crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship dynamic. Remember, your voice counts and your well-being matters. Why is empathy important when dealing with a potential lack of it in men with only child syndrome? Empathy, in its purest form, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It's like a bridge connecting us to others, allowing us to grasp their perspectives, emotions, and experiences. In the context of only child syndrome, empathy becomes even more crucial. It's not about excusing or enabling narcissistic behaviors, but rather understanding where they're coming from. This insight can provide valuable context and pave the way for more effective communication and problem-solving strategies. When we foster empathy, we're not just sympathizing, we're gaining a deeper understanding. We're recognizing the unique challenges that come with being an only child, the loneliness, the pressure, the heightened sense of self-importance. By channeling empathy, we can better navigate the complexities of these relationships, encourage growth, and promote healthier dynamics. Remember, empathy isn't about losing yourself, it's about understanding another. Empathy can be a powerful tool in navigating relationships with these individuals. What are some early signs of narcissistic behaviors related to only child syndrome? Now that's a question that needs addressing. It's crucial to identify red flags to protect ourselves and our relationships. One such red flag is a lack of consideration for others' feelings. Men with only child syndrome often struggle with empathy, focusing primarily on their own needs and desires. They may dismiss or invalidate your feelings, which is not a healthy dynamic in any relationship. Another alarming sign is an excessive need for admiration. These individuals might constantly seek validation and praise, often at the expense of others. This behavior can be draining and can lead to an imbalance in your relationship. Lastly, look out for an unwillingness to accept responsibility for actions. When they make mistakes, they might blame others or make excuses instead of owning up to their behavior. Recognizing these signs can help us take necessary steps to protect our emotional well-being. Remember, knowledge is power, and it's the first step towards healthier relationships. How can women prioritize their emotional health in relationships with male narcissists? This is a question that we need to address. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about setting boundaries and sticking to them, about saying no when you need to, about recognizing when a situation is not healthy for you. Seeking support, whether from friends, family, or professionals, is also a crucial part of self-care. You don't have to face these challenges alone. Sharing your experiences with someone you trust can provide a fresh perspective and emotional relief. In addition, practicing mindfulness can help you stay grounded in the present moment, reducing anxiety and stress. It's about understanding your feelings, acknowledging them, and not letting them control you. Remember, prioritizing self-care is not being selfish. It's about ensuring your emotional well-being, about nurturing your inner strength and resilience. Remember, it's not just about understanding them, it's also about taking care of you. How can we foster healthy relationships despite the challenges posed by a male narcissist with only child syndrome, you may ask? Well, it's about understanding, communication, and respect. First, understand that everyone has their own needs and desires. Recognize that his need for attention or validation might be more pronounced. That doesn't mean you have to meet every demand, but acknowledging their feelings can go a long way. Open communication is also vital. It's about expressing your needs and feelings, and listening to theirs. It's about being honest, even when it's uncomfortable. This might require some courage, but remember, your feelings are just as important. Finally, mutual respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. It's about valuing each other's thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It's about making decisions together and respecting each other's boundaries. Remember, every challenge in a relationship is an opportunity for growth and understanding. Stay empowered, stay strong.